Aloha everyone, what's going on my dudes? Welcome to another RuneScape news coverage video. For this video we're going to discuss the information that was given off in the latest live stream in regards to PAG or Player Advocacy Groups. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's go.
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, so PAG is a term we've heard for a while now. It stands for Player Advocacy Group. Basically, it's a group of players that work closely with Jagex to help discuss problems that the community has with the game. We're going to be talking about the first iteration of PAG with today's video, which was led by RuneScape streamer and YouTuber, the RS Guy. Now, it is important to note that the leader of these PAGs are officially contracted by Jagex, meaning they do get paid. So the RS Guy did get paid to do this. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it is important to note. Anyway, the way these things work is a team leader is chosen by Jagex, and it's that person's job to find a group of passionate players to discuss ideas with Jagex in regards to whatever that PAG is designed or tasked to work on. This particular PAG, the first one we ever had, is focused on ninja updates, but that is not necessarily going to be the case for any future PAGs going forward. There were 6 major themes for this particular PAG, and once again, this is not indicative of every PAG, just this particular one. Those themes were PVMing, specifically bossing, a separate category for PVMing with Slayer, one for clue scrolls, then skilling, then Iron Man, and then an overall other category. During the duration of this PAG, there was one initial meeting, 4 team meetings, and then a retrospective meeting. These things occurred weekly, where various different categories, the ones we discussed just a second ago, were tackled on very different days. These meetings were often over 10 hours long, going through every item and every aspect of the game that they wanted to discuss. And they do say that everybody, that is, every player that was part of the PAG, participated in these discussions, even if that area of the game wasn't that player's particular expertise. Now, it's not PAG's job to push for any one given update, or push for any update at all. Their job is just to point out problems in the community that Jagex should look at. It's up to Jagex to determine how to tackle those problems and what kind of updates they could implement to serve the needs that the community has. So it's not like the players came out with a specific idea and they want Jagex to implement it. They come out with problems and Jagex needs to find solutions. That's how they work. So now what I want to touch on is what can you expect from PAG? What is going to be the results of these meetings? Well, first off, we actually already have some results from these meetings. More specifically, the Tier 92 armor change that we got this past Monday was something discussed in the Player Advocacy Groups. And to reiterate, they didn't have details on how Jagex planned on tackling this thing. For example, it's not like they knew that the way you would make these armors would now include Pernix and Virtus from Nex. So it's not like they could have prepared for that and got an advantage over any other player ahead of time. And even if they did and they tried to and they knew that information, Jagex does say that they were watching all the accounts of those players who are part of PAG. And if they had done something like that, then there would have been serious repercussions. So anyways, the Tier 92 is just one aspect of the results of the work from PAG. Mod Kalea on stream did say that they have received over 2 years of backlogged ninja updates as the result of PAG as well as the dojo, so they do have a lot of work ahead of them for some time now. Now next month in July is where we're going to see the first, what they're calling a PAG strike, which is more specifically aimed at the things discussed in these meetings. Whereas the Tier 92 was probably something that got brought up, but it wasn't a major focus. It seems like these PAG strikes, at least the one in July, is going to be more focused on the things discussed with the meetings. So we're going to have to wait and see just what those changes are. That said, Mod Kalea says that she plans to come out with at least one other PAG strike before the end of the year. And then, as I said, there's 2 years worth of ninja updates that they'll be working on. So plenty of things to do. And once again, this PAG, as I said, is just a ninja team PAG. Future PAGs could be more specific to a particular update or a particular aspect of the game. This was much more broad and much less focused than potential ones in the future, so it's important to stress that. But with that in mind, Jagex says there is no current plans on any specific PAG, however there are some discussions about it. They will notify the community when that is planned, and it is likely that they're going to hire or contract a different PAG leader aside from the RS guy. So that pretty much wraps up all of the intricacies of how PAG functions, what we can expect from PAG, and where they're going in the future in regards to this initiative. So once again, we're going to see the results in July from the first PAG strike, another PAG strike sometime in the future after that within this year, and then there's also 2 years worth of ninja updates from this to look forward to. With that, I'm gonna wrap up the video there. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you are not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date in all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I am out. Aloha.